here it is, another Monday in this blur of COVID-19, and maybe on Mondays we need a little extra motivation to encourage us to do things for self-care. Did you know that movement can literally help to save your life? While all of this technology that we have may seem to be the potential death of us, it's also true that the more sophisticated our technology has gotten, the more that we're learning about the miracle of our bodies and the many amazing things going on inside our bodies. So on one of the webinars I was on a few weeks ago, I learned about how there have been some recent studies in Europe that have shown how just small movements of the rib cage in this area in the low ribs actually fosters an improved mucociliary response for how our lungs are able to get rid of unwanted particles. Well, we're all breathing all day long, even when we're sleeping, and our lungs have to do a lot of work for us, and all sorts of stuff is going in there. So anything that we can do that's going to facilitate that response for our immune system is going to help our health. It turns out that just tiny, simple little movements at this level of the ribs, which is the same level as our diaphragm, encourage that immune system response. So you don't even have to stop to exercise. Just wherever you are, you could have moments in the day where you could do like some little mini lateral flexion and think about this level of your ribs. You could do some tiny little lateral transfer or displacement. You could do small movements, taking the ribs a little bit front to back. You could do tiny little circles of the rib cage. You could do little folds in different directions. And they don't even have to be big movements. You could do gentle kind of seaweed sways. So really anything that's going to move at this level of your low ribs, which is also the level of your upper abdominals and your diaphragm, which happens to be the top of the cylinder of your inner unit of your deep core. The dome of the diaphragm is above the dome of the pelvic floor, and those two domes are constantly in dialogue with each other too. So everything affects everything. I think that if we all just take a little time to think about how we coax movement through our bodies, it's just encouraging the natural systems. And other things they're learning, like if you're really breathing well and three-dimensionally, when they do scans of people breathing, it turns out all your organs are actually moving. If you're breathing well, it's like they're getting massaged. Everything's moving inside of us. So do what you can to keep small movement going throughout your day. If your ribs seem to be stuck a little bit, don't force it. Think about starting small. You could even just do some simple breathing exercises, and I will try to share some tomorrow. Also, for women who might have a lot of tension in this area from the level of your bra strap, it can be good to think about doing a little movement at parts of the day in the early morning and the evening when you don't have that bra on, and you can be encouraging that area to really help your breathing and allow those tiny intrinsic muscles between the ribs and between the vertebrae in the spine, that they're really able to be resilient and support your body's systems. So I hope that that might be helpful to people, and we're just all going to keep figuring it out.